Have you ever heard of cargo cults?
No.
So there's kind of three phases of learning about cargo cults. So I'm going to introduce you to phase one. We'll see if we can get you to phase three. Cargo cults are a real thing. They happened in the Pacific Theater during World War II. Basically, the United States of America was, it's a first world nation. They've got planes, they've got metal ships. They're doing the island hopping strategy, and they're sending in boats to go clear jungle, lay down temporary airstrips, and then airplanes come in and unload cargo from the Ford factory, basically. And they were doing this essentially a stone's throw away from stone throwing, Neolithic tribes that were living nomadic lifestyles on some island out in the middle of the Pacific. Uh, and as a result of seeing this happen, many of those tribes, and some of these cults exist to this day, with tribes that, understand that it's not real, but it's still tradition. They built these sort of ramshackle, like mud thatch copies of the American installations. And you can find pictures of sort of witch doctors that are wearing palm frond duplicates of like a US radio man setup and sort of talking into a gourd. And they're doing this to pray to the gods for cargo because these people just showed up and like wealth started coming out of the sky. And that's big medicine. Obviously there's something they're doing right for the gods to be handing them all this crap. We need to copy what we can see them doing so that gods start giving us this crap because metal knives are way better than these stone tools. So that's stage one is, you find out it exists. Stage two is these silly primitives. Stage three is recognizing that's how humans work. It's all cargo cults. The marketplace, there's nobody alive today that works for the British government or the New York Stock Exchange or any other sort of large, important, stable institution, the Catholic Church, that invented that. They have no idea how this stuff got made. They didn't actually do it. They don't know anybody that did it. They don't know anybody that knows anybody that did it. These things have been around for centuries to millennia, uh, and it's just apprentices copying masters, copying apprentices who copied masters for centuries, uh, and that's fine if you happen to have done something right in the first place, and everyone in the entire chain is copying that right thing. But it doesn't always work out that way, and and particularly with these large scale changes. Um, if you're going to move from an agricultural society where all work has to be done by people to an industrial society where most work can be done by machines, having serfs or slaves where people are tied to jobs or land severely limits your ability to bring machine labor to where it's most valuable. Rote, repetitive, hard, backbreaking work. And you're just not going to do it. And the Romans didn't do it. They used it to move set dressings around in plays, and then the empire disintegrated. So that that's the challenge: is that you need to recognize that as people, this is how we create and build and maintain our cultures, and we cannot step outside that, but we can hopefully open our eyes every once in a while for some of it, and make some corrections and make a contribution that when it gets copied isn't going to be a total disaster.